Monday Night Football, Seahawks versus Lions. What's going on, guys? If you're new to this channel, my name is Jeff with Login Cash Sports. Going to give you guys a free play on this game tonight. There's two Monday Night Football games tonight. I have 3 plays in total. I have plays on both games, but we're going to target this second matchup with Detroit and Seattle. Now, I'm coming off of a Sunday where I did not have a lot of fun. 2-6 yesterday. Swing game for me was the shitty Jets, who were in both of my teasers. If they win like a normal football team would have, then we go. What do we go? Then we would have gone 4-2, normal winning day. Keep it moving. But of course, they lose. It takes us back down the other way. So 6-unit swing there on the teasers. And man, if your teaser's better, you're just getting killed every week with these damn teasers. The favorites of -7 or more, favorites who have closed -7 or more are 0-5 straight up. What do you do if you're a teaser better? This will eventually turn. You keep betting those teasers, it will. Dogs of 7-8 points are not going to continue to win outright, but it creates such a bumpy ride for you in the early part of the season. So the teasers have just been getting killed. And then looking at the board, this for week 5, there's a bunch of great teaser legs. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But and that was coming, and that was following a week 3 where I had such a great week 3, 6-1 on Sunday last week. Week 3, thought I was finally in the groove. Then the teasers get me yesterday. The straight bets were actually the 2 bets that I liked the most, or 3, sorry, was Pitt, who lost, and then Atlanta, Baltimore. So you got 2 out of the 3, but then the teasers killed me. So tonight I have 3 plays to get back in the right direction, and I'm going to be giving you guys a player prop in the Seattle-Detroit game. Seattle's +4 on the road. Total set at 47. I don't have a lean either way on this side. I think the situational spot favors Detroit, but I don't see any line value on it, so I can't take the -4 if I'm not projecting it any higher. I actually projected a bit lower, but not enough to have value on the Seahawks either. And I don't like the spot for the Seahawks. They're, I think, 3-0, but they face pretty weak competition. We'll get into that in a little bit. But I'm going to be looking at Jared Goff's passing prop here, which is currently sitting at 243.5 passing yards over on DraftKings. Now, the Lions, obviously, 2 very good running backs. They've utilized a rush-heavy scheme so far this season, except for the one game where they had to throw the ball. Was the game against the Buccaneers. He threw a ton of passes in that game. I think it was like 50-plus passing attempts. But other than that, they've kept it relatively conservative on the passing end. And they're going up against an opponent tonight where I don't think it's time. This is not going to be the game where you unload Jared Goff here. So Seattle currently, and there's a caveat here, but they currently grade number 1 per PFF in coverage. They haven't played a bunch of great quarterbacks so far this season. Denver, week 1 at home. On the road in New England, week 2. And then obviously the Dolphins without Tua. So not great competition, but that coverage grade is not just an outlier. Last year, they were top 10 graded in coverage per PFF as well. Got good secondary back there. And last year, these two teams played, and they played a crazy game. Remember that? It was a 37-31 final where Seattle won the game outright in overtime as a big dog. So that, I think a lot of people are expecting another shootout tonight. I'm kind of going the other way on it. Their pass rush has also improved this season. They're currently generating pressure on 44% of opponent quarterback dropbacks, which is, I know you're going to say they're not facing these great teams, but the offense, like the Denver offensive line, is not atrocious. The New England offensive line is not atrocious. These are not some of the worst O-lines in football. So this still is 44% is an impressive number regardless. I think Seattle's improved on the defensive side of the ball. And I got concerns for the Lions offense. The Lions come into this game at 2-1, and I do think they win tonight. So they'll still be 3-1, looking good for our futures that we have on them. But however, a win against the Rams in overtime in week 1, a big time major struggle against Tampa, who was playing with basically half a defense in week 2. And the Lions end up losing that game outright. And then Arizona last week, where they go there, defense plays great, but they only put up 20 points. I'm just not really seeing, they're not finishing drives well. They're getting into the red zone a lot, but they're not finishing those drives. I think they're going to lean into the ground game here because this is not the matchup to start throwing the ball over the field. They're also missing their center. Frank Ragnow is a top 5 center in the NFL, and he's not going to be there for this game tonight. Now, that may end up being not a huge deal, or it could be a huge deal, but I think it's going to create some issues up the middle in terms of pressure. Again, back to Seattle having a good pressure rate this season, and it could maybe throw Jared Goff off just a little bit. And it could also force the Lions to have to lean a little bit more than you would expect on Montgomery and Gibbs, their running back duo. I also think the Lions secondary is a bit better than people are giving it credit for. They just had that really good game against Arizona, who was passing the ball on everybody. I think it's going to keep Seattle on the ground as well. So that's going to chew clock. Seattle's going to chew clock, keep the offense on the sideline. Lions are going to play, the way they do normally and chew clock. I think Goff is not going to go over this. So I'm taking Jared Goff under 243.5 passing yards. I currently have this myself and also a couple of other models that I look at for player props in the low 230s, 231, 233. I think you have a solid edge here. So I'm going under 243, under 243.5 for Jared Goff. All right. That is the play on this game tonight, guys. Like I said, 3 in total. Hopefully we get a 3-0 and we take that with us into week 5. Thanks for watching. If you're looking for deals, look down in the description and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let's get it.